One thing that separates Josh from everybody else is work ethic.
This is my first belt I won, Rocky Marciano. The tournament I actually fought Michael Valentin in.
One of these health situations where he would probably not be allowed to fight. He kind of overcame that, got permission from his doctors, fought amateur for a few years, and then came up to me and told me one day, I want to turn pro at 18, which I thought was probably impossible because the commissions are pretty strict on that.
It went viral, the people loved it, and that's what I did it for, to be an inspiration for others. And then I got suspended for it from the Rhode Island Boxing Commission. I called my trainer. I let him know, Roland Estrada, I called him.
Most of my life I was overweight.
You know, I didn't want to do the surgery, but I wasn't scared to live with the bag any longer,
For a while, I didn't know what to do, so.
I called Roland right then, and I was like, we gotta do something about my boxing career because we're gonna have to get the bag back on. Got
into a lot of fights, but I felt like I was always meant to be in a ring.
And he was like, kid, don't worry about it, just focus on your health. He was like, I'll do it, I'll handle that. And that's what we did.
We fought 2 years ago in a Rocky Marciano tournament. This was my first fight back, actually, after losing all the weight. So he was my first fight back, my first tournament back. He was really flamboyant, dancing.
Joshua Orta, we fought in the Rocky Marcianos. I think it was the final bout. I felt like I got robbed. I thought I outboxed the kid easily.
When the bell rung, I just went right after him. I felt like it was a good fight, but I was the aggressor. I was throwing more, I was landing more. So I felt like the judges saw it the way I saw it.
If we tried to make the rematch a few times, certain things happened that we couldn't make the fight happen. And what better way to do it in the pros when he's undefeated and I'm undefeated. We're both young fighters, so I'm gonna ruin his career now.
Josh is a pit bull, man, and he's a crowd pleaser, and that's why we loved him in the Golden Gloves.
This is the best he's ever been. I mean, we ended up hooking up with Joe, and the kid is in fantastic shape. And when he's in shape, he's a problem.
He doesn't quit. He's a tough guy. Now, he'll go out there, he'll give you everything he got until the end.
You see him right out of the gate, and you're like, the guy's 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing pounds, and then he gets in here and he fights like a heavyweight. And he hits like he's got bricks in his gloves, and he's not afraid of anybody.
Like this fight, people are gonna see stuff they haven't seen before because the kid's gonna be so confident letting his hands go that he's really gonna be all over Josh.
Fought him once in the amateurs. We got a feel of him, we know how he fights. I think he's a smarter fighter. I think he's a more dedicated fighter. And I just think he wants it more.
He's a guy that, you can have a couple lazy fights and then Josh steps in the ring and all hell breaks loose.
I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I don't see him losing at all. I think he's gonna put on a good show. And the dude, since they have bad blood, he's probably gonna come harder than he probably can with anybody else. I don't think it's gonna change the outcome though. I just think Mike's just a better fighter.
I think anybody who loses somebody in amateurs wants to fight them in the pros. But it's gonna be difficult because I train 24/7 every day. I'm a lot better than I was 2 years ago. So I feel like I'm gonna bring a new style than the last style I had when we fought.
And him being undefeated doesn't scare me. That record is all bluff. All the guys he fought 6-6 and 1-13 and having one record 1-13, that's not real boxing fighters. Those are guys for paychecks.